Okay, let's take a look at how to navigate your assignments. I wanted to make this video just to show you sort of how to download your assignments in, whether you're using them in Word online, Word installed, those kind of things. So let's take a look at that. I just want to mention a few things about this other stuff just quickly though. The to-do list, I make these. I know there's a to-do list in Canvas and a calendar and all that stuff, and you can just go step by step through each thing. But I like doing this. It gives me just a Word document to type a few things in. That's this docx. That's a Word extension. So this is a Word file. And this lets you just kind of check out what's going on and sort of what to expect this week. And it lets me give you little tips or hints or kind of what I'm looking for, that kind of stuff. So definitely take a look at this. Spend just a minute or so looking at this each week at least and check it out. You found this video, so great. Thank you. And then you'll see I put these in each week. Now, I started doing this, I don't know how many years ago, but these peer help forums, because there wasn't really a way to mimic the, sitting next to a person in an in-person class and you're stuck on something and you go, ask your neighbor, what is going on? Like, I can't see what's going on. So I started doing this, and it seems to work, well, I think. So if you have a question, and there may be weeks where there'll be nothing in these peer help forums for that particular week. But sometimes you may have gone through the videos and the tutorials, and you're playing around, and you can't figure out how to do something. Of course, message me. That's obviously that's why I'm here. But I do sleep sometimes. I may be asleep, or whatever. I'm not on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So this is a way for you to post this in here, and there may be somebody else up at 3 a.m. getting ice cream and working on their assignments. So it happens, and they may be able to answer a question for you. So if you see someone post a question here and you're like, oh, I know what that is. I can answer that. Please type in the response to them, and it will help out. So anyway, that's what that's for. So these peer help forums, you'll see them again. You may never have something that you'll post here, but you never know. So that's what that is. The computer basics, that's sort of self-explanatory on that part. But I wanted to focus on Microsoft Office and what to expect when you see these assignments, and how to download the files, how to use them, that kind of thing. So here's the way this works. Each one of these assignments, you'll see this one just says, text basics, formatting text is next. And so you'll walk through these. They're tutorial based, there's videos, I'll look at them in a second. I just wanted to show you very quickly. You'll notice underneath each one of these, you have a practice file for the text basics. I'll have the name here for each one of these. So the practice file, and then the challenge file. The practice file works along with the tutorial and the videos from in here. Okay. The challenge file, at the very bottom of these, you'll see this thing that says challenge, and it'll give you some steps and then what the solution should look like. That is when you'll use this file. So the practice file, you're working through these things, you're trying to figure out how to do this stuff, but you're also playing around. So you may change things up or add things. That's totally fine. You'll never turn in this practice file. Okay, you're only going to turn in the challenge file. Okay, so you need to be a little bit more precise with these on how you're doing things, but the practice ones, play around with stuff, have fun with it. Okay, so there's that. So let's take a look at inside here. So you can download them from here, and I'll show you the screen when you get to it in a second. It just says download, or you can also download them from inside the actual assignment. So in here we have, in fact, you can see right at the beginning of this one, here's the practice document. If you click on this little download link, it actually just pops up. Oh, I'll drag this over. Here's the download, and this is where it's going to go. You can put your own, whether it's in downloads, it'll go to your most recent, theoretically it'll go to your most recently saved location. Depends on the browser that you're using. It may go straight to downloads. So, we'll see. I use Google Chrome. I find that Google Chrome has given students less errors over the years, less headaches, let's say. And so anyway, so that's what I recommend you use. But you can use anything that you'd like, as long as it's working for you, then that's fine. Okay, so there's that. And then this would be where you'd save it. If you click on this where it says practice document, I want to bring this out so you can see exactly what it will look like. So I'm going to change the screen here, and I'm going to click on this practice document. And this is what you'll see when you click on those other external links from the the links from the main page there. So it comes up and it gives you a preview. Now it may take you may see like a little, circling thing in the middle of the screen while it's loading, but it will give you a preview of what it's going to look like. And it may be a little bit different because the preview that's built into Canvas isn't exact all the time. So, maybe a little bit different, but it gives you an idea. And then you can just click on the download link right here. It says, here's the file name, and you click on download right here. And boom, it brings up the same piece where you can download that save as. You don't need to change the file name, leave it as this. It's easy to see then. So practice versus challenge. You don't need to add your name to it or anything like that. It doesn't matter. When you turn them into Canvas, it tags them with your name. So it's not a big deal. On my end, I see it added on there if I choose that option. So it's not a big deal. All right. So anyway, so you're going to save that here. And in fact, let's just do that real quick. So let's do this. And I'll show you. I'm going to click save. It's saving on the screen. You'll see on mine, it does this little scanning to make sure it's safe. Everybody has a little different things installed there, but it dropped it down and you can see the document is listed right here. So you can click the down, this little option from menu and say show in folder, and it'll show where it is. You can just click on it. And so for me, I'm going to go ahead and click on it and it will open in Word. So I have the installed version of Word on this computer. So it's going to open in Word. And then it's running through this little piece and it says, hey, we're verifying this is okay. You can only read it. Notice this little message. You can only view this. You don't have permission to edit it. You must click this button that says enable editing. Otherwise, you can't do anything with it, save it, any of that kind of stuff. So enable editing, and then it will open up just like it's in a normal document. Okay, so if you're pulling this up, and this is the full installed version of Word, that's the idea of this class, is that you're using this, you've installed Word, but I'll show you the online version, the Office 365 or Microsoft 365 or whatever they're calling it right now. It seems to change every so often. But we have this ribbon piece in here, and I don't want to talk too much about this because that's what the lessons are for. If you don't see these options, there's this little button over here on the far right. And if I click on this, you'll see ribbon display option. Oh, let me make this a little smaller. Hang on. See if I can do that real quick. In fact, I'll just drag this over. And okay, now you can see it. Okay, so we have these little options in here. So under the ribbon, use the option says always show ribbon. Okay, so it puts these on here. You want to see those. Okay, so that way you can find all these little things quickly under each one of these tabs as you go across. The other one that I'll just mention very briefly, and then I'll show you Office Online, is the view option. So if I go back to home, which you're used to seeing, if you're using the screen and you have all this blank space on the side, and maybe this is because I'm in my 50s now, and so I've gotten to the reading glasses point, and so I just I don't know, it becomes small to me. So what I like to do is go to view, and this is for the installed version. You'll see an option. You can click on the zoom and customize it or whatever else. I like this one that says page width. When you click on that, however big this window is, it will fill it to the sides. So it's really nice. It makes it nice and big. I'm a big fan of this one. I think it's easier to see, read, edit, do all sorts of stuff with it. Okay, so that's just what this looks like. You can of course go to File and save as, and that's what those lessons are for. So the little tutorials. All right, so I want to go back and take a look at Office 365. So I'm going to go back to. I'll just minimize this baby out of there. I'm going to say close on that one, so it drops back to here. And let's see. Oh, let me show you, just because I was talking about the challenge piece. So let me go back to this. All right, so we have, this one has a video. Some of the things may have 2 videos, but for the most part, they'll at least have 1. And so you see the video in there. It's embedded, so you can click on it and play it. And you'll get this little stuff coming across, and whatever the video is doing up here. So just a quick YouTube thing. If you're not familiar with YouTube, you can come down here, and there's 2 things I want to show you. First of all, this one right here, if you leave your mouse over that, it says full screen. Click on that, maximizes the screen. So if you're like, man, it's really small, then do that, and it will let you see it full screen, and you can watch that way. The other thing is, click on this little gear icon, and you can set the quality level. So if it's at 144, notice how blurry it is. So when you're watching videos, click on this gear icon, and I would run it up to 1080p. but this one happens to be 1440, so I used it on that. But run it up to the highest level you can. If you have bad Wi-Fi connection or whatever, then it may not let you go that high. But anyway, so run that baby up. Also, I know I talk fast, but I know this is on video, so you can pause it, rewind it, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so anyway, so there's that. All right, now this is the tutorial piece. You'll walk down through each one of these. I'm gonna skip all this stuff right now because you can do this on your own later. So you'll use the practice document. Wow, that's kind of a lot as I'm scrolling. Just don't look at it as it's scrolling. Sorry about that. Got the blur effect. Anyway, as we get down to the bottom, each one of these will have a challenge assignments. And here we go with our downloads again. So you'll get to this challenge document. You'll download this, open it in Word, and then it's going to give you some instructions about what to do. Okay, so as you do these, and then down here, you'll see this is what it should look like. Now, sometimes on these assignments, the challenge document and the practice document are the same. I would say not very often, but maybe one out of 5, let's say. But the reason why you want to reopen the challenge or download the challenge one and open that one and use it is because the practice stuff that you're going to do in the tutorials, those things are, as you're learning to do them, you're going to do all sorts of different things. The challenge documents, they'll start from that fresh document and make different changes. Okay, so you don't want to try and backstep through all the things that you've done on your practice document. Just start fresh with the challenge one. And like I said, they're not, it's I don't know, maybe 1 out of 5 they're the same. So anyway, so be mindful of that. Download this challenge one and then start. And you can download from the back in our class too. It has them in there as well. Okay, so that's what to do there. So let's take a look at Office 365, and we'll see how that works. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so here we have the Shasta College portal. Yours will look a little bit different. Obviously, this is my staff one, so I think this says Office 365 for students. It says for staff, same thing. Really makes no difference at all. So we have a few things that we're tied into, but not a big deal. All right, so here we go. If we go ahead and click on this. This will bring us into the heart of Office 365. Now that it's included in your fees, like we pay for the college pays for this, so you don't have to pay anything. It's really nice. Now there's a separate video that goes over installing. So installing this on your computer. If you're using a Windows-based, PC computer that you can install on, I highly recommend that. The Office 365 version, the Microsoft 365 looks like they're calling now. This is sort of a light version. I mean, it does a lot, but you can do many, many more things with the installed version of Office. Okay, so I'll just say that. Okay, so, but if you're on a Windows PC, even a Mac, you can install on a Mac. You can install with your Shasta College, student portal that you have here. You can install the full suite of Microsoft Office on, I think it's still up to 5 computers. So if you have different computers at home, you have a Mac or whatever, brother, wife, friend, whatever, you can install that on those computers and get the full version. Okay, so anyway, there's another video for that, so I won't talk too much about that right now. Okay, so again, just highly recommend it. If you are going to use the Office online, I wanted to show you how to get your documents. Okay, so here we go. It comes into this. This is our welcome screen. This is sort of like, here's some, quick access to your recently used documents. Clearly, I'm terrible at naming or didn't do anything with those. But those are recently used ones. But I'm going to just go ahead and click on Word. So if I go over here to the left-hand side and I click on Word, or you can click on the little app launcher up here, all these little dots. Click on that baby, and you click on Word here too. So that one will open in a new window, and it walks through. Here's creating a new blank document, or whatever. Here's my recently used and all that stuff. Okay, now from any of these, I mean, whether I'm on the Word screen or whether I'm back at home, there's this little button over here called Upload. Okay, so we know that we downloaded this file already. So this Text Basics practice file. So you need to know the location so you can find it, but we will go over here. Let's use it from the Word piece. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go ahead and click on Upload. And let's see, let's use that file. So I think this one, I'm going to click on, I always like to put my stuff by date modified. So it puts the newest stuff up front. just by clicking on this. So instead of name, alpha here or whatever, I like date modified with the down. So it shows the most recent used ones here. So I'm going to click on Word Text Basics Practice, and then you click Open. And what will happen is, boom, it's going to upload your file. See, it was really quick. Notice how mine said pop-up blocked. So that you may see this on yours, and then this has this little piece on here. Pop-ups were blocked on this page. So here's what I recommend to you. Click on this, and then I'm going to say always allow pop-ups and redirects from office.com. And then say done. And then what will happen for us now is that the next time we upload, it will auto open that file and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so it'll do the little uploading thing that you saw just pop up very quickly right here, right in the middle of the screen, and then it will open the file for us automatically. So I highly recommend doing that. If that doesn't show up as an option for you, not a big deal. Or if it doesn't auto open for you, not a big deal. We'll find the file. Okay, so it really doesn't matter too much on that. So you'll see down here, here's the file that I uploaded. So Word, Text Basics Practice, that's the one that I uploaded, and it shows up on the screen. If it doesn't show up here, I want to show you how to get to it. You've clicked upload, you're like, it said it uploaded it, I don't see it. Where did it go? So there are a couple ways of finding the file. So here we are under Word. Here's our, recently used or whatever that you've got in here. We can go back up here to this little piece that says App Launcher. Click on that and click on OneDrive. And I know there's a little OneDrive thing that, lesson piece, but I wanted to show you this. So it comes into OneDrive, and again, it doesn't show it right here. This is my recently used, and it doesn't show it. Because I haven't opened it. That's why. So, but here's what I want to show you. So if you click on My Files, this will show you. I have a bunch of junk in here. So it starts here. I have my stuff listed by modified and newer to older. I like that as an option, so it makes it easy to find things. It puts the folders on the top, but then you'll see as I scroll down here, just a few minutes ago when we did this, it uploaded this file, and it's listed here. So so again, OneDrive. So click on this, go to OneDrive, and that's your online storage, your online documents, files that you can save things and access from anywhere. Okay, but under Home, doesn't have it listed here under my recent. And again, where did it go? Okay, click on My Files. It is there. Okay, so Word Textbook Practice. If you upload another one, you'll see. In fact, I probably have something here. Let's see here. I don't see. Oh, right here. So this one, I got impatient. And I uploaded this one. So you'll see this later on. So the line spacing one. And then I was like, where's this stupid thing? And then so I didn't see it. So this one, notice how this one has without rolling my cursor over, it messes it up. Notice that it has a 1 after it, so it will increment it. So if I've already loaded the file, then next time I upload it, it'll say, hey, sometimes it gives you a little option down in a little black pop-up window that comes in here, right in this little area, usually at the bottom of the screen. It'll say, hey, do you want to upload and save over the top of this file, or do you want to add a new one? So it becomes kind of annoying, but usually it just increments it and adds 1 to it. So that's up to you. So just be careful, be patient. Once you've uploaded it, you saw the little uploading window pop up and before it disappeared. Then go ahead and go to OneDrive. And when you come in, you're under Home, and then go to My Files. And then to open that file, just simply click on Word Text Basics Practice. That's the one we're doing. And then here is our file. Now, for Microsoft Office 365, typically when you load this in, it looks like this. Okay, so it pops in this little area, and it's got kind of the old school Microsoft Office look where it doesn't have that ribbon that they came up with, 10 years ago. Okay, so let's take a look at that, what I just did a second ago. So again, just like in the full version of Word, if you roll over here, you see this little arrow right here, ribbon display options, click on that and choose, well, always show should be on. And then you want classic ribbon. Then it gives you all the options for each of the tabs that show up under that classic ribbon. So you don't have to go diving into menus for things. You will for some things, but for all your basic stuff, it just appears here. So that's really nice. You will notice that this looks different than the installed version of Word. And you may not notice it right now just from seeing that one screen a while ago, but it does look different. So the screenshots from the videos and the tutorials are for the full version of Word. And there's been, they change things all the time, so they may not match up exactly, but those are from the full version of Word. So remember, the 365 is sort of a light version, and it will look a little different. Okay, so you'll be able to do most of the same things. There'll be some advanced things you may not be able to do, but for the things we're doing in this class, you'll be able to do them. Okay, you'll be able to find them in the menu and be able to do them. Okay, like for an example, let me show you, just like I showed the view option. This bothers me having all this blank space. So I want to make it bigger, make it easy for me to see. You click on view, and then for these under zoom, doesn't show the page width, but we can do it ourselves. So you can change 100%, or just under this little zoom, pick this drop down, and they have this thing that basically is the same deal that says fit. And I can click fit, and boom, it does the same thing. It does the page width. As big as this window is, it will fill it in. If you're like, oh, that's too big, then just change the zoom. Maybe that's perfect for you. And you're like, oh, that's great. I like that right there. Okay, but fit is nice because if you redraw the window, so it's not, if you want it smaller, you want the tutorial on one side of the screen and the Word document on the other side of the screen, you can use fit, just drag the window down and it makes it smaller. So it's really pretty cool. Okay, so that's the deal there. Now you're online, once you're on, you've got 365, you got your document in here, you've got file. It will save it as you go. So as you make changes, it's saving it. It's constantly saving it. You notice if I don't know, if I type something in, see where it says saving up here? So it's saving that as I change. Okay, and then it says saved. Type some more stuff in, it says saving, then saved. So as I keep going, like trying to show this, saving, and then it will say saved again. So when it's done. Okay, so it is saving it in the cloud, and that's the document that you will use later on to upload. All right, so anyway, so that's that. Let's see, anything else for now? I think that should hopefully get you going. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions about it, you're having an issue, uploading your assignments if you're using 365, again, highly recommend choosing the install option from here, from your portal screen, install apps, and go ahead and put those on there. There's a separate video for that to kind of walk you through that. It's not hard at all. Just takes a little time for it to run through the install, and you need a Wi-Fi connection, or be hardwired, obviously, to the internet so they can download it for you. And then you sign in and you're good to go. So I highly recommend that. But if you're using Office 365, this gives you a few other little options on how to get the files in there and do the editing and all that stuff. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I know this is 22 minutes long. I apologize for that, but I just feel like this hopefully will help answer some questions that you may have and make it easier for you to get rolling on these. All right, thanks, and have fun.